Hey everyone, welcome back to another video where today I'm going to be reviewing the Sonic the Hedgehog Knuckles figure from Jakks Pacific. This is the most recent re-release. I couldn't get the one with the blue Chaos Emerald. He's like $70 now, so I wasn't going to spend that much for a $10 figure and like a $5 accessory. So yeah, I'll have to wait till re-release with that Emerald. I'm going to have to wait for a lot of things for that if I want the Emeralds, because I can't get Silver anywhere. I can't get... I won't even be able to get Chaos, or not Chaos, I don't even know if I'll be able to get, Infinite, unfortunately, because I don't like Infinite as a character. I think his, like, plot and the reason he became a villain, and, like, the reason he became unhinged is because Shadow called him weak or something. I don't like that, but I love his music, like, the music that plays when he shows up, like, the Infinite Battle stuff, and I love the look, like, he looks so cool, so I wouldn't mind a figure of him. But yeah, let's get into the figure here. Before we begin, please make sure to like and subscribe. But yeah, so starting off the box here, we have the Sonic logo, Knuckles, Jakks, you can see the figure inside, and we have the ring around, and this is the regular gaming Sonic packaging, not the Sonic movie packaging. You have Sonic up there. If you turn this around, you can see the rest of the wave, and now I have, yeah, so this is the Chaos wave, so, but as you can see here, Knuckles has his, different points of articulation, 11 points, here's a read-up right there, and we do have Big on the way, so I will be excited to review him. Not much else on the bottom or top, so let's get into the Alright, here we have Knuckles out of the package. He looks great. I am, like, really excited to finally have him. I know it's a really late review, and I said I'd get Knuckles a lot, like, over the past year, so, I mean, I finally got him, and one thing I noticed right away is that his tail is completely flattened. It's supposed to be out like this, but for some reason it's kind of flattened against his back, and I don't like that very much. Other than that, though, I don't have very many complaints for this figure. But yeah, before we get into the figure, let's take a look at his accessories. So taking a look at the accessories, we have this modern spring. We do have one extra one from previous character, I forget who, and they're both basically pretty similar, except this one has cleaner paint, and yeah, I guess not much else is new for this, or for this accessory. We've seen it before, so yeah, still pretty nice, and I guess if you wanted, it does have the bumping thing, so if you want Sonic jump on it or something, or I suppose it came with Knuckles, that'd be cool, but yeah, I do kind of wish they came with more unique accessories. Alright, taking a look at the figure itself, we have Knuckles here, and he is great. Taking a look at first his paint. His paint is awesome. Obviously, he's mostly red, so we don't have to really worry about any paint scuffage, which, yeah, there is none, so that's good, except maybe on the shoes a little bit right there. But other than that, yeah, he's got a pretty good paint job. His sculpting is awesome. I wish his mouth was closed maybe, but I guess it doesn't bother me too much. It's not as bad as Sonic's open toothy grin. I don't know, I think it makes his face look really weird. I'm gonna have to get one day I'll get that Sonic with the purple Chaos Emerald. He's about $10 on eBay, so I'm gonna get him next, because he comes with the Emerald and his mouth is closed. So yeah, two things in one that I want, and for a good price. But yeah, this Knuckles here looks awesome. His sculpting is beautiful. His head is tilted a little bit, which I don't know why they do that, but I guess it doesn't bother me too much. His arms are also pre-posed in like this sort of, I don't know, like 90-degree motion on either side. And if they, well, I mean, I think they could have, I know it's kind of inaccurate considering they didn't give it to some of the other characters, but I feel like this is thick enough. They could have given him joints, because the movie Knuckles had arms about this thick, and they put an articulation there. Even Silver, I was looking at him, I was like, you know, those are kind of Sonic length arms. They could definitely put some articulation in there. So I really hope to see some of that someday, because, I mean, I want arm joints on these, but until then, I guess the pre-posed arms are fine. I'm not exactly a fan of having one punching hand, one gripping hand. I wish they were both fisted, because, I mean, Knuckles punches and stuff, and, I mean, obviously, and I don't know, I just think it'd be better, because, I mean, let's be real here, who, like, say this, like, red ring that came with Silver here, who displays the figures holding these, like, and Knuckles can't even hold it, so maybe if I grabbed a ring here, I was lucky that they're like right next to each other. But like Knuckles can't hold these, so I mean I don't really see a point of having him. And I don't know what crazy, insane person is going to have him holding his spring. You don't hold the spring, you know, you jump on it. So, I don't know. I feel like just two-fisted punching hands would have been better than one-fisted, one grabbing. Because Knuckles can't really grab anything, honestly. And I think it would have just looked a lot better. But yeah. One thing I do kind of like, which I know is maybe probably not intentional, but Knuckles' smile is on this side and Sonic's is on this side. So if you wanted to have them kind of going like face to face or something, like in Sonic 3 or something, you can see both their mouths, which is nice. I would like maybe an angrier Knuckles, like if they re-release him again. I'd like an angrier Knuckles, not like a all happy one, because Knuckles is pretty like his character is pretty angry a lot, always very punchy. He's in a very punchy mood all the time. So it would be nice to see him a little angrier, but. Other than that, this figure is amazing. Taking a look at articulation, his head does not move. I think the back of the box says it does. Yeah, no, the back of the box or card here, right here says it does move. They lied. He does not. His head does not move at all. I mean, like, there you go. You get minimal articulation there, so it could be better. His arms will also bend upwards here and back down, and. Oh, by the way, I should mention, obviously, his head won't move. He has dreads. I don't care because I think he looks good. I'd rather have the dreads here and his head not being able to move than sacrifice the dreads, because then it wouldn't be Knuckles. And, you know, I just love the look of this, and I don't care that he can't move his head over it. Anyways, continuing on. His arms do go up this far, and they go down this far, and get some motion here all the way around. His wrists both move all the way around like this, and his legs will kick out about this far forward, this far back, and even though his head's kind of tilted, you can get him into some good running poses, and his feet are very thick. Actually, I'm sure if you got him just right, maybe you'd be able to, there we go, good running pose right there, 1 foot too, so I do like his thick boots here. You can get him into some good poses. I mean, I even bent his leg a little more, and he's still balancing on his own really well. So yeah. But yeah. Oh, and of course, his knees will bend 90 degrees, and his ankles will move all the way around with a little bit of pivot there. So very nice. All on a ball joint. Speaking of ball joints, I did kind of come to a realization recently. So I took this Supersonic and this Sonic, and I was like, I want Sonic to have two-fisted hands. And you can just literally pop these hands off on both figures. Hold on. And then you can just slot the new one on. Hold on a minute. There. And now I have Sonic with two-fisted hands that I just popped right on there. And it works really well. I mean, obviously, because these are both Sonic. Only thing I noticed with this one is his ball joint is a little wider than the hole here. So I can't really put his this glove on here, but it works well with Sonic here, which is great. I like his double-fisted look here if I wanted to get some cool pictures or something. But yeah, no, that I kind of looked at that and I was like, wow, that opens up a whole new world of customization for these figures, because all of them have ball joints. For the wrists, this is a ball joint. The legs are a ball joint. So you could have figures with different hands, different shoes. Not different heads, though. Those aren't on a ball joint. So, but I thought that was pretty cool. Oh, yeah. And by the way, these are the same size on both hands. I don't know why I'd think that they weren't. There we go. So, yeah, you can completely custom, like this grabbing hand could go on Supersonic's grabbing hand. You could make Supersonic go double-fisted. It's just a whole world of possibilities. All right, getting into some size comparisons here. Knuckles stands at about 4 inches tall. Just about 4 inches tall there. So yeah, here he is standing on his own, and then here he is with Sonic. Stand up, please, Sonic. There we go. And let's grab Trash Tails. So there's a full trio. Finally, it feels so good to see that. And then, you know what, let's add on the final 2 classic members. Where is Amy? I guess they aren't in their classic designs, but you know how it is. All right, there he is with Amy and Eggman as well. And then, for obvious reasons, I decided to put him next to Rouge. overall, this Knuckles is amazing. He overtook Shadow for me. I know, no shade, I love Shadow. I love the Shadow figure. But this Knuckles, I love this Knuckles figure, especially because Knuckles is another one of my favorite characters. And of course, Shadow. I mean, who doesn't love Shadow? But I like Knuckles a little better than him. He's definitely my top 3. He's number 3 for my list now. Of course, Silver's still number 2 because my favorite character. Chaos is still number 1 because, I mean, I love the figure, and I love Chaos. I played Sonic Adventure 1, and my god, it's a great game. It's in my top 3 Sonic games for sure, right behind Frontiers and Unleashed. So, yeah. But these, I mean, Jakks is just knocking it out of the park. Honestly, I mean, I never got any of the Jazzwares ones, but I heard quality control on those weren't too good. And looking at them, honestly, they did kind of sacrifice looks for articulation, which is fine, but I kind of feel like these look better, which I prefer looks over articulation sometimes, especially for these. I don't want like cracks and seams all over them from like joints. And the Tomy ones are, I mean, they're the Tomy ones. So yeah, these are like these Jakks ones though are just perfect. I love these so much. I mean, there are a few times where QC could have been better, but for the most part, I mean, wiggle test, no wiggling. Yeah, just best Sonic line, in my opinion. Don't fight me, please. But yeah, speaking of favorite games and favorite lines and stuff, though, what's your favorite Sonic game for question of the video? I'd like to know. Comment down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Before I leave, make sure to like and subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.